Hi, everyone. Welcome to Feed Strategy Chat. I'm your host, Jackie Remke, Editor-in-Chief of Watts Feed Brands. This edition of Feed Strategy Chat is brought to you by feedstrategy.com. Feedstrategy.com is your source for the latest news and leading-edge analysis of the global animal feed industry. Today, we're joined on Zoom by Carol Vervat, a Senior Product Specialist for Nutrition at Best Mix. He is here to talk about how feed formulation software provides a rapid response to address some of the industry's most pressing issues. Hi, Carol. How are you today?
Hi, Jackie. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Excellent. Great. Well, let's get right into it. So as we begin a new year, what do you think will be the biggest issue facing animal feed producers?
Well, it's kind of hard to predict, of course, what the future will bring. But I do believe that with everything that's going on a global scale today and the availability that we see in the market where raw material availability is becoming more and more an issue for a lot of feed companies around the globe, I think being able to address this issue, so having all the raw materials available at the right spot, at the right time, and if possible, also at an interesting price, that will be a very big challenge, I think. So yeah, I think sourcing of materials in general will be the topic of 2023.
Great. Thanks for that insight. And can you please provide an example of how feed formulation can be used to address this issue?
Well, I don't think it's a solution that feed formulation software alone can tackle. I think when you look at sourcing of materials, this is always a joint effort. You have the purchase department on one hand, you have quality control that needs to look for the correct materials and the correct environment, because if raw materials are getting more and more scarce around the globe, you need to look for alternatives. And looking for alternatives will require also quality department to being involved. Once you got all the information in place, then of course, formulation software can help you and predict what you need, when you will need it, and what is the correct price to buy raw materials. So yeah, I do believe, let's say, although feed formulation will be at the heart of this operation to be able to predict what you need and when you need it, doing it without information from the ERP system where you look at contract positions of your raw materials in future, how your stock position is going to evolve together with what quality department can do for you, I don't think they will be able to do it themselves. So having an integrated solution, I would say, where, let's say, the different departments can talk to each other and can handle these requests in a matter of minutes, I think that will be key for being able to handle or to deal with this problem that is at hand.
Great. And taking it a step further, what role can formulation software play in allowing feed producers to help their downstream customers achieve their sustainability goals?
Sustainability is a very consumer-driven topic. That's how we perceive it today. The government, the legislation, not in Europe and also not in the US, is already very strong and very incentivizing the feed formulation in the feed industry in becoming more sustainable. It's something that really the industry needs to take care of themselves today. And it's a very complex matter. And what we saw is that in calculating sustainability for meat, milk, eggs, etc., feed is a very important component. It contributes to more than 80% of the total sustainability of the product that is consumed by the consumer community. So therefore, feed formulation can contribute a lot in bringing down the sustainability, bringing down the environmental impact of the products that we supply to the supply chain. Of course, feed formulation software alone, again, is not capable of calculating the sustainability. Therefore, it's important that you look for partners that do have the knowledge, that do have the experience, and also have the objectivity of being able to calculate how sustainable in the end your feed or the end product that goes into the supply chain is. So again, feed formulation software and feed formulation will have a major impact on the total sustainability figure, but without partnering, without doing this together with partners in the industry that have all the knowledge about life cycle assessment, about the environmental impact of the raw materials that is being used in the feed, I don't think that feed formulation alone will be able to do this. I hope this answered more or less your question.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in the future, how might the role of feed formulation software evolve?
Well, I think feed formulation software is already at the heart of the feed companies. It is where the intellectual property of our customers is stored and is protected. So I think if you look at evolution, I don't believe that there will be a major revolution in feed formulation software, but I do believe that as organizations grow, as organizations become more and more operating on a global scale, the importance of having the information, of having the feed formulation tool available 24/7 from anywhere. So work with feed formulation anywhere you are at any time will become more and more important. It will also allow feed formulation managers to get insight in how their operation is being handled. So looking at feed formulation software, I think you need to have a supplier that looks at the feed formulation business from a holistic point of view, does not look at feed formulation software as an island within a feed company, that looks at feed formulation software as, let's say, the heart of an organization that should gather information from different departments, should bring all that information together within the system to be able to give the best advice to its customer base. And I think if you look at how that would mean that feed formulation software will evolve, I think there the trend will be globalization, IP protection, innovative in technology, and using the vast information that lies within that feed formulation database to use that to apply new technology like machine learning, of intensified data analysis on that database. That will become more and more important in future.
Great, thank you so much. Now, if you would like to hear a deep dive on some of the issues that were discussed here today, and you'll be at IPPE 2023, consider joining us for the Feed Mill of the Future conference. Here, Carol will present his talk, How Feed Formulation Impacts Downstream Sustainability Goals. For more information and to find out how to register, please visit www.feedmillofthefuture.com. Thank you so much, Carol, and thanks to you for tuning in.
You're welcome.